Whew, I made it. Hot damn. And it's 11:11. How awesome is that? And I have my hot, delicious cocoa. This is like perfect bedtime. Like, I guess maybe cocoa has like caffeine in it, but I don't know. I am enjoying very much having hot chocolate every night before I go to bed. Anyway, I wanted to go live for December to Remember, and this is day 3. Technically, we're on the 4th day of December, but I didn't start on a Sunday because it was Sunday. So, and I didn't actually say like I wanted to go live every single day. I didn't make that like as a proclamation by any means, but I like felt it in my body. And today was like such a hard day to be able to go. It was an amazing day, but there wasn't space in my day to go live. I did actually go live inside my Magic Money group, but I didn't have time to go live today until right now. I was slept in this morning, which was freaking amazing, being able to sleep in until like 10:30 a.m. Haven't done that in forever with having a baby. And then I had breakfast, had to get ready, had to drive my mom to an hour-long appointment or an hour-long drive to the appointment. And then the baby and I went to the park while that was happening. And then the appointment was like 2 hours long. She got her hair done. It was amazing and beautiful. And then picked up my mom, and then we went to visit our grandma Dee. And then we had an hour drive home, and then we had to go to Walmart to get some stuff. And then it was like coming home, and luckily the baby slept on both car rides, but that hour-and-a-half nap that she had on the way home impacted her ability to go to bed tonight. So literally she just went down right now. And it took a while. Like, I thought she was like, I was like, by the time she's ready to go to bed, she should just like fall right the fuck to sleep. No, she took a while. She's like caressing me and she's like falling asleep. And I'm like, baby, you have got to go to bed. You have got to go to sleep. Mommy needs to do December to Remember before the day is over. It is damn near close to midnight. I'm like, you must sleep. So she finally fell asleep. That's so delicious. So, and I'm also, if you haven't noticed, my color palette is changing. I was very much bright colors, and maybe that's the summer. I don't know if that'll come back. I'm sure it will. But I've been feeling more darker colors, and I haven't wanted to color my hair other than to leave it blonde. So I don't know. I have a new color palette happening right now. Like this is never a color I would have chosen before, and now I'm like absolutely digging it. And because my website person put it on my website, and then I fell in love with it, and I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. And now suddenly it's everywhere. All right. Sorry, I want to enjoy my cocoa for tonight. So December to Remember is all about publicly manifesting magic and money in my life, showing people what I'm doing as I go throughout this process. And it also, like, doing big things like this requires like an upheaval of what I need to work on, or what is coming up for me, or what is, things I need to move, things that I need to do, or things that I need to learn. And part of it is stop thinking that there's something wrong with you, or that there's something you need to learn, or that there's something you need to do. It's this mixed bag of all these things. Part of it is just like enjoying your life. So today, I really just focused on enjoying my time at the park with the baby. And it's like crazy, because it's like I have all these desires to create, to do things with my business, with the internets, with you all. Like, I want to do all these things, but I have the baby almost 24/7. So it's like this tug and pull of like, I want to create, I want to do these things, and I have my baby. And it's like, and I want to cherish every freaking moment of my baby. Like, oh my gosh, she's getting so big. Like, literally last December, I remember her like, getting up on her hands and her knees, like rocking back and forth, like trying to figure out how to crawl. And then, today she's climbing up on top of the table, sitting on the Sally spin and spinning herself around on our dining room table. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not going to be long before she's like bigger than that. And then just doing all the crazy things, and then shooting guns with her dad, and bringing home deer, and riding on four-wheelers. Like, it's going to happen so fast. And so I want to cherish, as much time as I can with her, but then I have this desire to create and do and be working. And so it's like, figuring out the balance of all of that, but just accepting every moment in my life as it comes and appreciating what I have. And so I've been going also through the Exponential Wealth Program, which is perfect for December to remember. And it is so, it is hitting so hard because like Melanie had this perfect example of how, with the universe, how we are sometimes. Cause it's like and it's human nature that we continually want more because that's just part of growing and evolving and being a human. And it's like, once we get something, then we're like, I have this amazing desire. I get my desire. And then you have another desire. And then it's like, okay, now I'm going to get that thing. And then you go after that thing, you have that desire. And then you go after another thing. And I love doing that. And it's part of being a human. But I recently have, because it's been so fun and like so awesome to continually bring something new, get a new desire. I've been in a space of like not really like, and she had mentioned it today in this Q&A. She's like, about halfway through achieving your desire, you're already on the next one. And she's like, that's like normal. Like when you achieve something, it's like you knew you were already capable of that. And so it makes sense to me that it's like, I'm already like 20 desires ahead of like where I'm at, because it's technically just a past remembrance. But anyway, her analogy was like, when we get something, the way we feel in which we get it and the gratitude of which we have is so important. And she was talking about like, imagine the universe goes to you, says like, do you want an Oreo? And you go, no, I want the whole row of Oreo. I don't just want one Oreo. I want the whole row, and that's kind of how I've been right now with the universe and with my desires. Like, that's not enough. Give me more immediately. Where she said it's such a different energy when the universe goes, do you like an Oreo? And you go, thank you. Yes. And then it's like, would you like another one? Well, yes, I would. Thank you. And then I was thinking about like, when I give gifts to people, and they're like, thank you. What else? Thank you. What else? And they like, don't even look at what they got. It's kind of like, that's kind of like frustrating. But when somebody like loves the gift that they get, I want to give them more. And the universe is the same way. So it's like, why am I not responding in that way? Like when the universe gives me these amazing, beautiful gifts, God, it is so windy. The wind is speaking to me again. When the universe gives me these beautiful, amazing gifts, and I just almost immediately say, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? And I'm not taking the time to honor and cherish and appreciate. And one of the biggest things for me was realizing how much I'm not honoring and appreciating David. And I worked on that, and I very much honored and appreciated him in the last few days. And now I won't see him all weekend because it's muzzleloader weekend, and he's basically going to be living in the woods, hunting deer with his guns. And I'll probably see him maybe on Monday or something. But he made dinner before he left tonight, which was amazing. And I have to enjoy my cocoa. So anyway, I want to really, it's like cherishing my life as my life is, honoring my life as my life is, and accepting all the moments within my life where I want to create, I want to do, I want to get online, I want to be typing stuff up, I want to be writing, and yet just really loving on my baby, because this isn't going to last forever, and she's going to just continue to grow and grow and grow, and really beginning to appreciate what I have in a yes, thank you mentality, instead of more. Because what's interesting is when you're in the frequency of yes, thank you, more continues to overflow. And that was another thing she had talked about. Like, God, like the freaking things Melanie says is just so incredible. Like the way it lands, the way that she says it, like the insight is just so freaking amazing. And she was talking about how like, if you're not appreciating what you have, it's like you have this empty cup, and any drop of anything comes in, like barely, it can't do anything. It's almost like doing nothing, one little drop coming in. She's like, but if your cup is full, if you are so in love with your life and so grateful for everything that you have, one drop causes it to overflow. And it's like, that's the zone you want to be in, is an overflow, not in like more, there's not enough, never enough type of vibe. And that's the vibe that I've been in for the last few months. And so I'm excited. This is like perfect timing to have this class. And again, it's not so often when we learn something, it's like we think there's something wrong with us, but it's like, it's just human nature. No one taught us how to do these things. No one taught us about our gifts. No one taught us how, law of attraction works, how we are frequencies and how we vibrate. Like, we didn't know any of these things. And we may have had this knowledge, but it was definitely taken from us somehow, some way. I'm sure there are a lot of histories in the ancient Egypts that, has been destroyed. And so, and then witches were burned at the stake. We probably had so much more knowledge and wisdom available to us, but it was taken away. And, women were even murdered for sharing this knowledge and wisdom. So the whole point is like, as I learn what Melanie's saying and she's calling me out on all this stuff and how I'm not appreciating my life, what she would never want you to do, and what I know not to do, is to like, again, think there's something wrong with me. There was a little part of me that was like, God damn it, Melissa, like, you have so much amazingness in your life and you're sitting here like not appreciating it. Like, get it together. But there was not a part of me that was like, oh, there's something so wrong with me. Like, I'm so messed up. Like, I just can't get it right ever. Like, that was a thought process I used to live in, and I don't live in that thought process anymore. It's just continual growth and evolution, continually learning and continually seeking, the knowledge, the wisdom that it is that I need, the energies, the frequency that it is that I need to, continue to create my beautiful life. And one of the things that we're doing in Exponential Wealth is she's having people like celebrate any money coming in and all of their sales and stuff like that. And I have yet to like really do it. And she's also talked about people celebrating, magic money coming in from places that you don't expect. And that's like what I want, because it's a part of her calling me out. Is we have this field of predictability where it's like I know in my business it makes usually $4,000 a day, $100,000 a month. I know like that's kind of like, that's predictable, so it doesn't feel like anything. And I know some of you sitting there like, oh my God, if I make $4,000 a day like this fucking bitch. It doesn't feel real to me. It doesn't, and it's like, it's normal, at this point to be making that amount of money and to be having that money come in. And my mind is like, I want the magic money. I want money to just come in out of nowhere, like something crazy and unexpected. And there are people in the Exponential Wealth celebrating these things. And I'm like, where's mine? Like, I want mine. And I'm glad that this is coming out so that I can like identify, my mindset and what I'm doing. And what's funny is, and one of the things that she teaches is, if it dwells around me, it dwells within me. And I teach this too, that like everything around you is evidence that it's possible for you. So, Melanie having her business the way that she has it is evidence that I can do it. So when I'm in this group of these women all celebrating, magic money come in, and it's so crazy because I help people make magic money come in. I have a video on my YouTube channel that people listen to that brings money in. I probably need to listen to it myself a little bit more. But I'm like, I want my magic money. I want my thing. And I was sitting here today and I'm like, Jesus Christ, Melissa. You make money literally every single day and you don't have to do anything for it. Like, I don't. It's already set. Like, it's already done. My YouTube channel makes money for me 24/7, right? It's just people watching videos. It is making money. I do nothing. Like, even if we added no new videos, the YouTube is making money. Sales come in every day to my website, every single day. Since I don't even know. I think since I put out videos for sale on my website, I have had sales every single day. There has never been a day I haven't had a sale, even Christmas, even Thanksgiving. Like there's not been one day of zero sales, right? And I'm sitting here like, it's not enough. I want more. Give me more. But it's amazing to clean this up now because, first of all, she said that you're always going to want more. And it's not so much about wanting more money, but it's about showing, to me, it's like I love showing other people what's possible. Because I'm so willing to be on camera, to talk to people, to share with you my story. It's like, as I do this, I know that I'm changing other people's lives for the better. I know that like other people are seeing my story as a witness to what they can do in their life. To see me go from, this toxic marriage where my husband never wanted to touch me to the marriage I'm in now where he can't ever not touch me. To go from, working in a corporate job, soul-sucking corporate job, to now running my own business, to struggling to make money, to where I have to do nothing now to make money. It just is on autopilot making money for me. Like these are all things I want other people to be able to see and do for themselves. And so every time I hit a new money goal, it's like I'm doing it not just for myself, but I'm doing it to show other people that it can be so much simpler and easier than you think. Like some of you think like $5,000 a month is absolutely insane when that's like, I can make that on a day, like just one day, and I know people who make it in like an hour, I want to demystify, I want to make this easy. And so like the bigger amounts of money that I can hit, it grabs more people's attention and shakes and wakes up more people that this can be simpler than what we have made it out to be. I used to making money so hard, it was so far away from me. It was so hard to make money. And I want to, show people that it doesn't have to be like that. And so when I, want to, right now we're at 6-figure months and I'm like, I'm like, let's just go for $1 million month. Like, let's just do something absolutely insane. And let me just show people that it's not that hard. Like it can be easy. And when I say easy, I don't mean it's not hard. What I mean by that is the way in which we make it hard doesn't have to happen. There is hard work. There is uprooting old beliefs. There is working on your mindset. There is, working on changing your frequencies. Like there is work to be done. And it is hard work to look inward and to see what's going on inward and to make changes from the inside out. That's the hard work. We think the hard work is externally. And so when I say it's easy, it's like, it's easy externally. It's the inner work that is hard, but it's the most rewarding because when you clean up your inner self, when you do the inner work, the outside world just cleans itself up. And that's the only thing you can control anyway, is the inward stuff. And as within, so without. And so your world is a reflection of all the stuff that's going on inside of you anyway. And so take control of the one thing you have, which is the inside of you. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you function. That's the one and only thing you actually can control on this planet. And when you take control and ownership of that, and when you figure out what makes you tick, and you figure out why these beliefs are there, and you change the beliefs you have, like everything else takes care of itself. And so that's part of what I want to show with December to Remember. So I want to sit here and tell you, I am so not perfect. I have all kinds of stuff, and Melanie has been calling it out. I haven't been grateful and appreciative of the life that I have. I haven't been celebrating my money, and I'm kind of a little bit mad, but it's not their fault. But there are people in my life who are like, you shouldn't tell people how much money you make, or you shouldn't just put it out there. And I see in my Facebook history, today, this time like last year, or 2 years ago, I shared a screenshot of my PayPals, and it was like $97 coming in like multiple times an hour. And I'm like, and I was like all day, every day, and I would celebrate my money wins. But I've had a few people in my life, like, try to change that in me. And I listened to them, and I'm like, why did I do that? So I'm going back to celebrating my money wins, and that's what we're doing in Exponential Wealth. And one of the things Melanie said was write down every time a sale comes in. And I'm like, I'd be writing all day. Because, okay, so like I make all of this money on like low, what is called low ticket sales, right? So like a lot of women, like Melanie, she sells her course for $4,000, right? Like that's what Exponential Wealth was, $4,444. So a lot of the women in her world, they sell courses like that. So they don't necessarily get a sale every single day, but they're getting like $10,000 in like one big hit, you know? Whereas I'm making, you know, all the money that I make is from small ticket. Like my course is $97, but I get a ton of people coming in to buy it. So I'm like, oh my God, I'd be writing all day long, like 97, like, I don't even know how to keep track. I'm sure I could go to my website. I used to get emails, but I turned them off because it was like nonstop emails. Oh, I just feel the ungratefulness just coming out of me right now. So I'm glad to be getting this out. And I'm glad to be showing people how to do it. If there is anything that I do and accomplish on the internet, it is to show you that we are so not perfect, but that we can always, always learn, always grow, always evolve, and that we can truly, you know, get better at mastering our life, making our lives amazing. And that again, I just want to be an example for people of how they can do that in their own life and how they can take charge of their life and how they can, you know, bring in their money, bring in their desires. And, you know, I do it for you. I do it for you and for me. I mean, it fills me up to be able to share this with other people and to be able to see other people be able to bring this in. Because, you know, who I am at my core is a teacher. And so I just want to teach. I want to show other people what I'm learning. I want to show other people how it's improved my life. I want to make it simple for other people. And that's my desire. So I will always be raw. I will always just share. I will always speak up. I will always, you know, I don't care. Like I don't care that, you know, I'm not polished. I don't care that I'm not perfect. I don't care that, you know, there are some people who is like, learn the lesson in quiet and then share the result. And I'm like, no, I want to tell people the dirtiness as I'm doing it. Like I want to show the dirt because everyone's walling around in dirt anyway. You know, I want to bring as many people as I can with me on this journey. And the more that I can be real and authentic about who I am, what I've got going on, what is happening, I feel like the more people can tap in and relate and come along with me. And that is truly, you know, my desire. And that's a big reason for December to remember. I want to put on public display, you know, my inner growth, my inner healing, my deepening of my wisdom and my knowledge, my learning, and how I implement changes. And how I continually improve and just live a better and better life. And that's like so crazy. Like Melanie was talking about, like how coaching, like personal development and coaching is like one of the careers where you make more money by having a wonderful life. Like you live a wonderful life, and the more you improve your life, the more money you make. Like, it's just great. Like it's like the one place where you make money for improving your life. I'm like, hell yeah. Especially when you turn around and teach that to other people. So yeah, I'm so glad I was able to get on before midnight and to be able to share this with you. And I'm going to continue. Like my goal is to go live every single day of December to remember. And it's so crazy because when I first thought about December to remember, when I look back at my Herbalife days, like December became Diva December. And I remember I bought a dress that was too small. And then I showed people how I lost weight and to fit into that. And oh my God, was I so fucking skinny then. But I showed people how to, you know, what I was doing to lose weight. And I would take pictures and I would talk about it. And when I was thinking about this December to remember, I had this whole thing in my mind about how I would talk about it. I would even have like graphics and I would create all this stuff. And then it like hit me that I want it to be super easy. And like the easiest thing for me is just to come on live and just talk about my life, talk about what's going on. And I'm like, that's all I want to do. Like, I don't know that I'm even going to write about December to Remember necessarily, or make a bunch of posts, or I don't think anything that I thought about what I would do, I'm going to actually do. I think I'm just going to continue to go live, because one of the biggest things is like being authentic and true to yourself and what you like. And I just like coming on video. I like coming on video. I like talking. I like verbally processing everything. I like just speaking my truth. I like just letting it come out. And I think I'm just going to follow that format. So some people may never know what December to Remember is if they're not watching my videos. And those of you who are watching my videos, you will be right along in this journey with me for December to Remember. And I encourage you to bring people along. So bring people along on the journey of saying like, look, this woman is nuts. She quit her job, built a multi-million-dollar business, makes $100,000 a month, when she used to like it took me 2 years to make that at my former job, right? Now I make it in 1 month, like collapse time, hello. So now I would like to collapse time in a month, and I am shooting for $1 million month. And I'm not gonna like do a bunch of new random stuff. Like the one thing I am doing is I'm coming live and talking about December to Remember. That's the one thing I'm doing. But December to this is not about sitting down and creating new business things and doing all these things. Like that is part of like as it comes to me, I will do it. But I am not forcing myself to make anything happen other than coming live. Like, but I want to do that, right? So I'm not like sitting back thinking, how am I going to get more money? How am I going to get more money? How am I going to get more money? It's more like, how do I continue to improve my life? How do I continue to feel better about my life? And from there, the ways in which the money come in will come in. So I don't have to try and generate a thought about how I'm going to bring in $1 million. Like, I just need to love my life. I just need to, appreciate my life, and then follow any inspired action that comes in. So there are a lot of things in play for the month of December. We have a new system coming out for the insurance exam queen, which I hired someone to do. I have a bunch of different podcast meetings this month with people in the insurance space. And I did just sign up for an ads course to learn how to do Facebook ads. And that wasn't even like originally on my plan, but Nicole called me out. She's like, there's a difference between being the best and the best known. And if you're not the best known, then no one knows that you're the best. And I'm like, fuck, man, like I am the best at teaching the insurance exam, but I'm not necessarily the best known. I need to be the best known. So I'm going to be the best known and the best. Like that's going to be the sweet spot. And we haven't really ever paid for ads or anything like that, but I have like a feeling that it is something that we should be doing. And Nicole has popped up numerous times, and she's also connected with Andrea, who I did the VIP day with. And I was like, okay, this is all just a sign and signaling to me. And when I saw her post tonight, I was like, oh, okay, fine, you got me. I'm going to learn how to do Facebook ads. I'm not going to learn it, but my team will. And then my team will do the Facebook ads. Because I'm too bougie to do anything but drink my coffee and hang out with my baby all day. I will gladly admit it. That $100,000 I make every month goes towards those people who allow me to have a sit back kind of lifestyle. So yeah, I love you all. I love my life. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Every day money comes into my business. Thank you. Yes. Every single day we have sales. Thank you. Yes. Every day my YouTube is making money. Thank you. Yes. Every single day more and more people are showing up. Thank you. Yes. I have an amazing husband who absolutely loves me. Thank you. Yes. I have an amazing, beautiful baby who loves me. Thank you. Yes. I have this beautiful house that I'm sitting in. Thank you. Yes. I have a freaking pond in my backyard. Thank you. Yes. I have warm, delicious cocoa I can drink every night. Thank you. Yes. Oh, and we're supposed to celebrate free things that we got. So we're actually a Yeti family. We have Yetis up the yin yang, but we live on such a big piece of property that the former owner, and we back up to like government land. So like we have access to like 100 acres of like of government land that's like public to anybody. And there was a couple of guys who used to know the former owners of this house, and they would come hunting every year. They would park at this house and then go hunting. And obviously as the new owners, they came to us and they said, can we go hunting? And I let David figure it all out. But David was like, I don't know about that. So they buttered us up, and the guy actually works for Thermos. And so he brought me a Thermos, and I'm digging it. Like I kind of like this thing. I didn't really like Stanleys when I held them. And Yetis don't come, or the Yeti I have doesn't come with a handle, but I got this for free. And, so I'm celebrating that. So yeah, and I just saw it. So I was like, I want to celebrate it. I want to celebrate that I got this free Thermos. So yeah, I love you all. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing night. It's already freaking midnight where I'm at. I do plan to come live every single day of December to remember. I want to show you the nitty gritty details, inner workings, inner thoughts, raw truth about, how we can improve our lives, love our lives, make tons of money doing it, and, just own our beautiful lives. Like, thank you, yes, for this amazing life. Thank you, yes, for all that I have, and I appreciate all of you. And again, I'm doing this for you. Like I truly want to change the world. I truly want people to break out of the system that says you have to work a soul-sucking job that you hate, that you have to be a slave to money, that you can't just have things that you want to have just because you want them. I really, really, really want to break people out of that system. And everything that I'm doing is for that. Everything that I do, everything that I share, everything that I say is all about shaking people up and waking them up out of this lifestyle of working awful jobs for awful pay so that you can have an awful life. Let's get out of that system. Let's get you to a place where you can either, one, absolutely love your job, or two, have a wildly successful business that you don't even really have to work anymore, or whatever it is. Like even like somebody asked me about, I think I was supposed to end here, but I had another thought. We were talking one time in the Magic Money group about, I don't want to run a business, but I want to have plenty of money in my life. And I'm like, yeah, well, you should talk to my husband, David. Because he doesn't run a business and he's got plenty of money in his life. Like, it can come from anywhere in any situation. Don't limit the universe. It's so funny too, because in Exponential Wealth, again, I had this thought, like, I want random money to come in. Like, look at all these women celebrating these crazy amounts of money coming in, and I haven't had anything random crazy come in yet. Ugh. But then I was like, work on myself. Melissa, if it dwells around you, it dwells within you. Like, it's all right to, like, quit being a little bitch. Appreciate what you've got. Quit asking for more Oreos. The universe will give you some more. So anyway, but as I had that thought, it was more like, I reminded myself, use it as evidence, use it as evidence, use it as evidence, use it as evidence, use it as evidence. If it happened for them, it can happen for you. If it happened for them, it can happen for you. If it happened for them, it can happen for you. And so that's how I rewired those thoughts. And I love to do broken record stuff in myself, because my stupid, nasty thoughts will just continue going, until I just cut them off and broken record that stuff. So when my mind was going on about how all these other women are celebrating crazy amounts of money coming in from all of these random places, and I haven't had it yet, I was like, it is evidence. It is evidence. It is evidence. It is evidence. And so I just broken record that. So anyway, the funniest thing is that at the thought of like me, like wanting it to be evidence for me, and it is, right? It is evidence for me. But what was so funny was that the last 3 or 4 ones that I saw were about insurance. And I'm like, like Like, it just made me giggle so hard because I was like, I want, you know, like there were some examples of like, well, again, I don't want to limit the universe, but there were some examples that were just not, you know, it was cool that they were making money and bringing in money and all these things, but it just felt not far away from me, but just not relatable to me or anything. But to see so many, have seen so many of these posts talking about magic money coming in, and it was related to insurance, it just made me chuckle so freaking much. And so it's just evidence. It's just evidence. It's just evidence. It's just evidence. And I want to be the evidence for you. And I want to show you that you don't have to have it all together. I want to show you that you can be messy. I want to show you that you can not have your gratitude in alignment and still make $100,000 a month. I want to show you that, you know, you get to continually work on these things and still have a magic, wonderful life at the same time. That there doesn't, like, one of the things we think is like there has to be this like pinnacle moment that everything changes, and then after that everything is perfect. Like, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And Melanie even talks about that. And that's what the conversation she had, it was so, because I've said this too. It's like, I've always talked about it. How I was like, with my coach, Christine, how I'd been like, Christine, if I could just make $5,000 a month, life would be so amazing. And then I'd make 5,000. Christine, if I could just make 10,000, life would be so amazing. Christine, if I could just make 20,000. Melanie talked about that exact same thing. And so to hear her talk about that, and to hear her that it'll never stop, there's a part of me that's like, but there's like a lack when I do it. But if you look at it from the other side, like the way Melanie talks about it, it gets to be about growth and evolution, not a lack. It gets to be, hitting new milestones without it feeling like a lack before you receive it. And so, yeah, so I just want to be real. I want to be dirty. I want to be truthful. I want to show you how this is done. I want to show you that you do not have to have it all together to start having an amazing life, to wake up to a life that you love, to get a business going, to get a YouTube channel going. I never edited my videos. You know, I didn't do things the right way. I didn't have the best audio even in my videos. But I still have created a YouTube channel, a 6-figure YouTube channel, by the way. Our YouTube channel crossed $100,000 recently. How amazing is that? I am making money every single day, whether I do something or not. And I want you to have that too. I want you to know that it can be possible for that. It is. If I can do it and you see me, it is evidence that it is available to you. Okay? That's literally the whole point. That is the whole freaking point. And that's why I try to go after these crazy and insane things, like saying December to remember is $1 million month. And again, if it doesn't come in as $1 million, I'm not going to sit here and boo-hoo myself and think that I'm a failure or think that people think I'm stupid. Because everything I'm doing now, everything that I'm focusing on, thinking about, working on, is going to put me in a position to be able to make $1 million a month, whether it's now or a year from now, whether it's now or a month from now, whether it's now or 3 months from now. I don't care when. I just am getting into an alignment with it. And everything that comes up for me within this month is to help me get into an alignment with it, to help me lock into that frequency, to be in that zone. And I don't care about the actual timing of it. So December to remember is my $1 million month. Whether that money comes in physically in this month doesn't matter to me, because this is the month I'm drawing the line in the sand that's telling the universe I'm ready and cool for $1 million months. Like, let's go. And yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, yes. And I know every time I make a bar, like I make a thing, one, it's always happened. But two, it really does grow and develop me. And I want to grow and develop. I want to be better. I want better for my daughter. I want better for the future generations. I want better for my family. I want better for my nieces. I want better for everyone on the planet who is watching these videos, who sees the example of what I am doing. And so if I shoot for something big, it just gets, there's just so much more evidence for people. Like, if I can blow your mind to what's possible, then it shatters all these false beliefs you're carrying with you. It just shakes them up. It makes them fall to the ground. Like the scales fall off your eyes. You know, like people are like, $1 million a month is absolutely insane. Yeah, watch me. Look how it comes in by me enjoying my life. Look how it comes in because I went live every day on my Facebook page. Look how it comes in because I'm working on my gratitude. Look how it comes in, you know, as I'm spending time, you know, watching my daughter grow up. Look how it comes in as I am appreciating free thermoses. Look how it comes in as I am appreciating my hot cocoa. Like, it doesn't have to be this crazy business thing. And like, business things will come in. Like, that's part of the process. Like, it'll come in through that way too. But it doesn't have to be this hard, like, I'm going to make $1 million and here's how I have to do it. And here's how it's going to happen. And focus only on the money, focus on the business plan, focus on the thing. Like, no, I'm focusing on myself. I'm focusing on myself. I'm taking care of myself and I'm enjoying my life. And that's how I'm going to call it in. That's how I plan to bring it in. And I want to show people how that's possible. I want to show people what that looks like. And that's what I'm doing. So I love you all. I'm going to let you go. It's damn near midnight. I don't want to, this is December to Remember Day 3. I don't want to plug it into Day 4. So I love you all. Have an amazing day. And you can check the replay of all of these videos on my YouTube channel. They're going to be uploaded there. And then, of course, they'll always be on my Facebook page too. But if you ever want an easier spot to be able to look at everything, it's my YouTube channel, Melissa May Dillon. And yeah, I love you all. Have an amazing night. Bye. Hello, Melissa May Dillon, live on my personal page. And then generally we upload it to the YouTube channel, which is probably the best place to watch any replays. If there's anything else, if there's anything that you ever feel like you need to come back to. So I actually just went live in Melanie Anlayer's Exponential Wealth group, which honestly, I struggle with feeling like I belong there. And so going live in there really cracked me open. And I don't know if anybody will watch the video, and it doesn't even matter, but the experience that I just had in that live experience, I don't think I would have had if I hadn't gone live in that group. And just admitting that I feel like I don't belong, but that I do belong, and that I'm allowed to go live, and that my words matter and what I say matters. I just had a whole thing. And I'm like, I felt like I was like this complete mess of a person trying to share my thoughts and my contemplations, and I was like all over the freaking place, and then I started crying, and I'm like, wah! And I'm like, I swear on my personal page, I'm so much better. But anyway, December to Remember Day 4. I know it's December 5th, but I wasn't going to start on a Sunday. So today I just took a very intentional time. So learning with Melanie Anlayer's program, Exponential Wealth, one of the big things that she talks about is, you know, humans are always evolving and growing. And so like every time I've hit a certain dollar amount in terms of money, achievement, and success, right? Like $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, $40,000 a month, $60,000 a month, $80,000 a month. There's never been a point in which I have felt stable with that money. And it's wild to me. Like I remember thinking, if I just made $10,000 a month, like life would be perfect, chef kiss, everything would be amazing. I would never need anything else ever again. And then as soon as I was making $10,000 a month, I was like, okay, well, if we can make $20,000 a month, then everything, 30, then everything, 50, then everything, 80, then 100, then, and it's like, it's never going to stop. And Melanie talked about how it's just never going to stop. And so it's not that money ever gives you stability, because she's like, you can even have all the money in the world and you've been sitting on it, and then you just have this thought that it's going to fall over. Like, money itself does not give stability. And I think that's one of the biggest things that we're all chasing money for is stability. Money, we have a thought that money does provide stability. But something she said today in the live Q&A for the Exponential Wealth program was like, money is attracted to stability. It does not create it. And I like, oh, as soon as I heard it, and I was like, oh, like I literally had a physical reaction to the statement that she said. And then I stopped the replay. I whipped out a pencil. I wrote it down. I rewound it. I listened to it a few times. And I was like, God damn, like I am constantly chasing money for stability, and I have yet to feel it, even getting up to making $100,000 a month. So I don't think any more money is going to help make that happen. Because she's like, why do you think that you can make all of this money and not feel it, but yet there's a bigger dollar amount that suddenly you'll feel it? And I'm like, I don't know, but that's what I think. And so that has been one of the deepest truths, like one of the deepest things to crack me wide open, is realizing that I'm chasing money for stability, but money is attracted to stability. So if I'm bringing in $100,000 a month and I'm not even stable, just wait, bitches, until I get stable. Let's see what's going to happen then. So anyway, I'm working on my inner stability. And another amazingly powerful thing that she talked about was diamonds are made under pressure. And like thinking about and relating like women, we are designed to like handle so much freaking pressure. I mean, birthing a baby, like the process of making the baby and going through the birthing process, and basically everything that we do in our businesses that we create, anything within our businesses, we can relate it to the birthing process, where we create this thing and then we have to birth it and share it with the world. And requires pressure to go under that. And there's a difference between pressure and stress. Stress is the added extra external thoughts, like, am I good enough? Or will people like this? Or, whatever thoughts you have about that. But the pressure is like this internal thing inside of being able to hold it and to feel it and still know that you're okay. Like in the birthing process, as you're going through this, you have to know that you and the baby are going to be okay on the other side of this, that this is absolutely necessary for whatever it is that you are creating within your life. And so I've been feeling so much pressure. I am the only, breadwinner in the house. I have a lot of employees. I am wanting to grow and expand the business, which just means more potential employees that are depending on me. And it's like, I am learning to hold all the space of this, and I'm learning, to withstand this pressure and to be created, a diamond within that pressure. And so that has been really powerful, thought process as well. And so one of the things though that I realized that I've been functioning with stress and not pressure. So, I have the pressure, but I've been adding stress on top. Like I've been like, pressure is required for everything that it is we're doing as women. Again, birthing something, creating something, manifesting something. There's going to be pressure, but I've been like sprinkling stress on top. And so like one of the things I've been sprinkling on is like, I do desire to create and to do things, and to be able to write and to be able to create, be able to draw, be able to do this stuff, but I have the baby, and there's been a lot of like just surrendering to what is, and like, I have the baby, I have to take care of the baby, I gotta appreciate and love the baby. She's not gonna be this young for so long. Like, she's gonna grow up. There's gonna be time where I'm gonna be able to work on stuff, and just to allow the fact that, I have the baby, I have to take care of the baby. But I've been sprinkling on like some pressure about it. Like, I have to create this, I have to get this. Like, I've been like putting on this like timeline, this like crunch of a timeline, to like think that I have to get things done faster or quicker, and kind of associating it to money. And I decided today to just intentionally, just instead of like feeling like I have to, just surrender to the idea that I have to take care of the baby and not work on what I want to work on and not create what I want to create. I just let go of that stress, because it's just all external stress. It's all self-imposed. Like, there is no need that things have to be done in a certain time. Like, everything I want to create is going to be created in its rightful time, just like my baby. And so today, I had been working on Monday and Tuesday. So like all day Monday, all day Tuesday, I was teaching classes and I was working on classes. And so, I wasn't with the baby all day long. She was with her uncle. And I did have hour-long breaks where I can hang out with the baby, but so I was like, I didn't just have like a lot of time with her. So, and then yesterday we had to go to the park, and so I did hang out with the baby and stuff. Or my mom had to get her hair done, and we had to drive to the park and things. But this morning I was just playing with her and kissing her and stuff, and I was like, it's been a minute since you've fallen asleep in my arms. All her naps recently have been, I try to put her down where she's laying down on the bed and I can scoot away so that I can go work on something or go get something done. And I'm like, it's been a long time since I just held her for a nap as she fell asleep. And so I said, today, can we have that? I said, can we have a nap today where you fall asleep in my arms, where I just get to hold you for the entire nap? And then later when her nap was coming up, I was like, are you sure? Like, you could be doing magic money. You could be going live right now. You could be doing this right now. Like, are you sure you just want to hold the baby? And I was like, yeah, that's all I want to do, is I just want to hold my baby. And so she was getting tired, and it was like ready for the nap time. So I got snugly in the chair, and she was nursing her way to sleep, and then she fell asleep in my arms, and I just held her the entire time. And I watched her beautiful little face. I just listened to her breathing, and I was staring out at my windows over our beautiful property, and I was just really, really appreciating everything that I have, everything that I've created in this life. And it has been, it's amazing. And I know there is more. Like, again, I so desired and want to show everybody that this can be so much easier than what we've made it out to be. That we can have a life that is amazing, that we love waking up to, that, is filled with awesome experiences, that is filled with family, friends, whatever it is that we want to have within our life. Like, I want everyone to know that this is possible for them too. Like, I'm not just some random lucky person, I was in a shitty job. I was in a shitty relationship. I didn't have my baby. I didn't have these things. And, I was able to make a decision that I can have those things. And it came from that decision. And so I really so desperately want to show people how to do this, that they can have this for themselves too. And I want to just continue creating and growing and expanding and, wowing people with my situation, just because I know it's going to get your attention. And I know that so many people are like, if I could just make more money, then everything will be perfect type of mentality. And it's like, that's kind of how I hook you. Like, I'm like, yeah, look, you can make more money. Making more money is easy. That's how I hook people. But I know that's not, and we're like almost drawn to that, like moths to a flame. It's like, oh, more money. Let's just make more money. Like, that's going to be the thing that catches people's attention. And so there's a big part of me that's like, I want to hit these big dollar amounts. I want to show people, crazy, insane, ways of making money and quickly making money and all these things, just to grab your attention, because I want to show you don't have to live this lifestyle. But that's like not the main thing. Like, making the money is not the main thing. And I've been really tapping into that, and the Exponential Wealth Program has really allowed me to come back to that and to really truly love and cherish what I have, the beautiful life that I have, the beautiful husband that I have, the beautiful baby that I have, the beautiful house that I have. And today I was even able to clean up the mud room. Like, I'm looking at it right now. There's this room right at the garage where you can walk into, take your boots off, hang up your jacket. And the other day, and like, it drives me nuts because David is not the one to help me. You used my mug, Mama. You took my queen mug.
I'm a queen too.
She's a queen too. David does not necessarily help me with keeping the house organized. He likes to say, I don't require it. But he made a comment that there was a bin there filled with stuff. And he's like, what is this bin? What are you doing with this bin? And I'm like, I don't know. It's a bin that's collected stuff and it's sitting there. Like, what are you doing with the bin? So today I was able to actually tackle all of that, and I put stuff away and I cleaned it up, and now I walk by it and I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, oh, it's so cleaned up. Same thing with this counter. This counter, like this spot, like right here is like the collector of like random ass stuff. And I put it all away. Like, I found a home for everything. I put it all away, and I'm just going to continue to attack the house in that manner, just slowly, room by room, getting things organized, because there's something so deep within me. I know it's part of my human design that I have to have clean, beautiful, organized spaces. And since we've moved in, and I moved in with the baby, it's been tricky and difficult to be able to make all that happen. But I'm going to get very intentional and very purposeful. And I am going to be receiving help. Somehow, some way, we're going to be having a nanny here soon. And it's going to be awesome and amazing to be able to have that help and receive that help. So December to remember, y'all, is I said as I was doing it, as I was thinking about it, I'm like, I'm gonna tell people that I'm gonna make a big ass sum of money. Like I'm just gonna somehow make a ton of money in the month of December to make this a December to remember. But I'm real and I've put out $1 million out there. I'm like, yeah, let me just make 1 million in 1 month. And honestly, and I'm cool with that. Like, yeah, let's have that happen. But I think this experience for me is becoming so much more than that. It's really not about the money, because the money is, I mean, the money is just a byproduct of who we're being and how we're operating. And money is not going to solve the problems we think it's going to solve. Like I started this video talking about how money does not provide you the stability you think it does. Every dollar amount I've hit up to 6 figures has not provided me the stability that I've been seeking. The stability has to come from within. I have to be the one who feels stable. I have to be that, and then the money comes to that. So yes, I can wow people with the dollar amounts. Yes, I can wow people. I can get your attention. I can wake you up. I can show you there's a way out of this matrix that we're all stuck in, and I use money as my fishy hook to get you. But it's not about the money at the end of the day. And this December to remember for me, while I initially thought this is going to be a public display of manifesting, tons of money, and that's not off the docket by any means. And like I said yesterday, it's about who I'm becoming in this process. That's more powerful to me than any money I end up, manifesting this month. That's going to be more important to me. And the experience I had today of just holding, like purposely deciding that I was going to hold her for her entire nap instead of I've got to put her down for a nap so that I can have time, so that I can work, so that I can do things, so that I can be productive, so that I can get stuff done. The most productive thing I can do is love my baby. And I made that intention today. Now, that's not to say that there will not be days where I want her to nap so that I can work, and where I want her to have a nanny so that I can work. Like, there gets to be a balance of all of those things. It's just the space in which, I'm deciding how that happens. There's a different energy behind everything that we do. And my energy before was like, I've got to get her to nap so that I can work, so that I can make more money, so that I can feel stable. But that's not the road. That's not going to land me where I want it to land. Now it's, I want to, she can nap because I want to create, because I want to do, and it feels good to me and it fills me up. That's a completely different energy than I need her to nap so that I can work, so that I can be productive, so that I can make more money. Because making more, again, no amount of money have I felt more stable. 100%. So everything Melanie talked about, she's like, money is attracted to stability. It does not create it. We have to feel stable within. And no amount of money coming in is going to make us feel more stable, because there's always a million thoughts about how you could lose it, how it could disappear, how it's going to go away. And so relying on money for stability it's a losing game. So I'm focusing on feeling stable within me, being intentional about the energies behind what it is that I'm doing. It's going to be a very different vibe for me going forward with how I work, with what I do, how I operate, how I appreciate my life. Like this December to remember, just like the December I went to Belize right before I quit my job and built this multi-million-dollar business. This is going to be a December to remember for me, where I'm so excited to see who I am on the other side of this, because this experience has already shifted me in so many ways, in so many incredible ways. And it's super exciting. And I can't wait to see what happens. Like I can't wait to see the outcome of the work that I'm doing now, of the shifts that I'm doing now, of the, bringing in the wisdom and the intelligence from Melanie, of integrating it into my life. and just honoring and cherishing, you know, what I have in this beautiful, beautiful, amazing life, you know, and I really was lacking in my appreciation for my husband. And because it was so funny, Melanie was talking about our relationship with money, and she talked about your relationship in marriage. Like every relationship you have is a reflection of the relationship you have with money. And granted, you know, there's some stuff going on within my family members. There's some family members potentially having divorces and stuff. And so that energy is kind of around me right now. And not that I was trying to divorce David by any means, but I was seeing all the problems instead of seeing all the amazingness within our relationship. And, you know, I kind of had a wake me up moment with that. And, you know, I truly appreciate him. And funny enough, he's going to be gone for the next 4 days. So his absence makes the heart grow stronger. And I get to see all the ways that he beautifully blesses my life every single day with his presence. By not being here, I will be reminded of how much I love his presence and how much I love having him here, and you know, just appreciating him at such a deeper level than I have been, and has already changed our relationship. Just the realizing of what I was doing. Like she talks about like we're in this cycle. It's like we're moving forward and we're growing and we're evolving, but then we hit a point where you can't stay the same anymore. You've got to grow. You've got to stretch. You've got to go under that pressure, and you've got to come out the other side. And if you don't like that, you will break or destroy or sabotage your situation so that you can go backward, so that you can start going forward again. Like we love the feeling of going forward. We love the feeling of growing and evolving. But there comes a point where you can only do so much with what you've got going on, and you have to enter a whole new realm of possibility and potentiality in your life and in your circumstances. And I hit a wall where I had to grow. And the wall that I hit for me, I'm realizing the wall that I'm hitting is one, thinking that money creates stability. That's not true. And thinking and not being entirely grateful for everything that I have, which is something I preach about all the time. But like, honestly, like as soon as we moved into this house, I'm like, we're down a bedroom. Like we don't have the space we had before. I can't clean and organize all my stuff. And now I've got all this stuff. And it's like literally all this stuff I've exchanged for money. And yet I'm sitting here like thinking about, you know, needing more money. And I'm just not appreciating what I have. And so, and then also just the pressure of continuing to build a business. You know, there's a little part of me that's like, who am I to think that I can just have this most amazing business and be this businesswoman and this person? You know, there's been times where I'm like, I just want someone else to do it. I don't want to have to deal with it. I don't want to have to be the leader of this. And that's part of growing and evolving. Like that's what I have to grow into and evolve into that. And so when you hit that wall, so I hit the wall of these things that I need to work and grow on, instead of growing into them and moving on to the next level, I was sabotaging, and I was basically going backwards so that I can go forward again because it feels good to go forward. But again, I'm just going to hit the same wall again. And a lot of people will do this in their business. Like they'll make this amount of money, they'll hit this new spot, and then they're like, how am I going to maintain it? And then they start going backwards and like, oh shoot, you know, and then they start going forwards again, and you just keep hitting this wall over and over again. So I don't want to hit the wall over and over again. I don't want to keep going backwards, and I want to continue moving forward. So I'm really glad that I'm able to learn what I need to learn and take ownership of appreciating my life fully and deeply for everything that it is that I have within my life, and just spending the time watching my baby as she sleeps and just holding on to her and just listening to her breathe, instead of thinking I need to put her down so that I can be productive, so that I can work, so that I can do something, so that I can make more money, so that I can one day potentially, hopefully feel stable. And it's like, I need to feel stable now. More money cannot come in because I'm not stable enough. Like I need to be more stable. If money is attracted to stability, I am like shooting it away, which is again crazy because we're bringing in 6 figures a month. So you don't have, like, that's part of the thing is you don't have to have it all together. You don't have to have it all figured out to be making, you know, to growing a business, to having, you know, having more money available to you and stuff. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it figured out. You can be a wild, insane mess and be willing to learn and grow as you're doing it, And that's the magic. And so again, I truly, truly want to be so raw, so real, so open with my process and what I'm going through and how I'm learning it and how I'm implementing it. Because again, I'm doing this for you. I want you to know you can do it too. I want you to know that you can leave a shitty corporate job that you totally hate and build an incredible business. I want you to know that you can leave a toxic relationship where the other person doesn't even want to touch you and have an amazing relationship where they want nothing but to touch you. Like, I want you to know you can do amazing and have amazing things. And I want to be the evidence for you. So, being so raw and so real and so vulnerable and so open is my superpower, and being able to bring you along to this journey and inviting you to take a journey for yourself, inviting you to decide that you can have a life that you love, that you can have a business that you love, that you can have a marriage that you love, that you can, whatever it is that you want to have, be, or do, like, it's available to you. And you don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to be fully healed, and you don't have to understand everything, and you don't have to have it all together, because I'm not fully healed. I'm not, like, I don't know that we're ever fully healed. I'm not fully healed. I'm not fully, business savvy. I'm not full of all of these things. Like, but I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to grow. I'm willing to evolve. And that's the magic. So I love you all. And there are some amazing money moves happening behind the scenes, just FYI. So like with December to Remember, like I said, I want to be, bringing in $1 million, and whether I do or don't, it doesn't matter. The who I'm becoming in this process is what needs. I know $1 million a month is going to happen. I don't need to set the exact time of when that happens. I'm saying December to Remember is a month in which I'm saying, yes, let's bring in $1 million this month. Like, but that's more or less me saying to the universe, give me the pressure, give me the lessons, give me the situations. I'm ready to try them out. I'm ready to see what's up. And there may come a point where it puts me under a certain pressure that I say, you know what, I'm not quite ready for that yet. And that's fine. Like, and one of the things I want to demystify, I just want to take fear away from people. Like, people are so afraid to say that they want something or are going after something, especially publicly, but you guys don't understand, like, the power of amplifying your manifestations. How many people are watching my December to Remember with me and are like, I want to see Melissa make $1 million this month. I want to see her do it. Like, it's amplifying my manifestations. It's the more people that come on this journey with me, the more power we get behind it. Like, the more, it amplifies it. So, and then speaking about it, like, we don't understand the power of our words. Like, I speak things into existence. You can speak things into existence. And so I want to show people that. And I want to show people what it looks like when you say, I'm going to make $1 million this month. And then if you don't, how do you handle that? How do you navigate that? I want to show you that you can navigate these things that seem terrifying and scary, and that they're not things that we really need to be afraid of. Like, why is it so scary to say you want something or you're going after something? And because we're afraid of people judging us and what other people think. Like, really, like, do we really care about what other people think about us? Like, is that how our life is dictated, based on other people's opinion of us? People who don't even understand every bit of our freaking life, everything that we've ever experienced. Like, if you watch one video of me and you think you understand me, you think you know me, like, you have no idea who I am. Like, you have no idea of every single thing I have gone through, every single thing that I've experienced. Any opinion of you, like Melanie talked about this today. She was hot seat coaching a person who said that other people have made her minimize herself because a woman who makes, or a woman who goes after money obviously has all these bad things. She's greedy, or, whatever. And she's like, but who said that opinion? Like, whose opinion is that? Because a person who has power and has money and has wealth would not give you that opinion. Like, why do we value the opinion of people who don't matter? is the point. Like, if someone in your life is telling you that you're awful or stupid for going after what you're going after, why do you value that opinion? Why do you give it any level of time in your mind, in your emotions? Like if a person is not rooting for you and cheering for you and wanting you to go after the things you want to go after, that's not an opinion that matters to you. Especially random ass people on the internet. Look, I love you all, but if any one of you were to come to me and say like, Melissa, you're so stupid, I'd be like, okay, cool. Go somewhere else if you're bothered by this, but I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Like your opinion of me is not going to change what I've decided I want for my life and how I'm going to go after it. You know, like, why do we allow random strangers or other people who are not rooting for us to decide our actions for us? Like that's nuts. And so I want to show you what it looks like when you just have the audacity to own who you are and your experiences, own your desires, own whatever it is that you want, and not live under the fear of other people. Like, I used to do it. Like I used to have long hair because women were supposed to have long hair. I used to wear normal clothes because women are supposed to wear normal clothes, because teachers are supposed to look like this, because respectable women look like that. And like, I used to do it. I get it, you know, and I still struggle. Like even if you go back to the beginning of this video, I talked about being scared to talk in the exponential wealth group on Facebook. Like there's still a part of me that feels like I'm a little girl and not a grown-up woman. And, you know, there's so many beautiful, amazing, grown-up looking women in exponential wealth. I'm like, I just feel like I'm this little girl hanging out like, hey guys. And so I'm not saying that I have it perfectly perfect, but I'm not going to allow even my own feelings on that to change my mind. Like I still went live. Like I still decided that I get to talk. I still decided that I get to say what I want to say. And it doesn't matter what anyone else's opinion of me there is. And I want to show people that. Everything that I'm doing, the way in which I do it, how I go about it is, one, for me, what matters to me, what I want to do. But two, you too. It's like the teacher, the teacher in me. I do, you do, we do. I do, you do, we do. Like that's that, or I do, we do, you do. I don't know. I do is first. Yeah, I do, we do, you do. That's how you do it. Melanie says for me, for you, for us. But what teacher says, I do, we do, you do. So I do it, and then we do it together as a group, and then you go and do it. And that's just who I am at my core, is a teacher. You know, showing people how you know, teaching people what I've learned. And right now, like on the cusp of like the insurance exam queen, I've been teaching people for years how to do this. Like I can do it in my sleep. What I'm teaching people now, the Melissa May Dillon side of things, the making money things, I'm still in the beginning stages of it. And so it's a little bit messy. It doesn't look exactly perfect. But I can't get to mastery in it if I just don't get started in it. So as messy as this is, as wild as this is, I got to do it. And I think the dog needs to go pee. So I'm going to go take him out. My sister's dog is still here, Bear. He's so cute. I think he misses home. Like he does not want to be in the snow. But anyway, I love you all. It's been an amazing December to remember experience so far. And like I said, there are some business stuff happening. There was some meetings I had today. There's people I'm being introduced to. I'm being presented in more and more rooms. And so I know there's some amazing stuff happening. But whether or not I hit my $1 million this month doesn't matter to me, because who I'm becoming in this process is so much more valuable than that. So I love you all. Have an amazing night. Talk to you later. Bye.